rest of my work week.
Let's go ahead and let it play.
We have those days. We got a lot of fun things to get to today here. First of all, I want to make sure with my blind eyes if we have any guests in here today. We do not appear that we have any guests who enjoy the pie. More things. Yeah, more for us, right, Sarah?
That's right.
Okay, we have a couple of things to do before we get the meeting rolling as we normally do. First off, we need to have a very brief business meeting to induct some new members. So I will now call to order the September 11th, 2014 High Energy Toastmasters Club business meeting. We are always happy to welcome new members into our club and eagerly anticipate them learning the great skills that the program provides and being part of our high energy family. However, we do have a requirement to officially vote them into the club. We have 5 new members that we need to officially vote in. I'm going to butcher some of these names, so everybody please forgive me because I think the ones that I'm going to butcher aren't here. We're going to be inducting or voting in Charles Sinclair, Isuru. Everybody knows who Isuru is, right? Atika Rahman, Nabin Kanal, and Tyrone Davis. Mr. Sergeant at Arms.
Yes, sir.
I think Charles is the only one here, but please escort him outside.
Please join me.
So we can conduct the vote.
Exit the door. You can bring your lunch.
Yes. Not that it's going to take all that long. By accepting the membership applications of these individuals, your Vice President of Membership, Dennis Williams, has made a motion to accept the 5 of them into our club as members. Is there a second to this motion?
Seconded. Andrew won.
Richard, make note of that. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we will move to a vote. All those in favor of accepting Charles, Isuru, Atikan, Nabin, and Tyrone into our club, please raise your right hand. All those opposed, same sign. The motion is carried unanimously. Mr. Sergeant at Arms, please let our man back in. Congratulations, Charles, and the spirit of the other 4. You have now officially been voted in as members of the High Energy Toastmasters Club. There's no other business to come before the club, so at this time, the September 11th, 2014 High Energy Toastmasters Club business meeting is adjourned. And now we get to the fun stuff. We're going to start off with a little ribbon ceremony. In Toastmasters, there are more than 13,500 clubs across the globe, and Toastmasters International has built a structure to ensure these clubs are successful. Clubs are divided globally into regions. Regions are divided into districts. Districts are divided into divisions. And divisions are divided into areas which contain anywhere from 3 to 6 clubs. The position of district governor is the highest ranked position in the district. The district governor is responsible for leading the district toward the goal of being the President's distinguished district, working with the district lieutenant governor of education and training, and the lieutenant governor of marketing. These 3 positions, commonly known as the trio, are elected at each year's spring conference by the district executive council, which consists of the current trio, the division and area governors, and the president and vice president of education of each club. The state of North Carolina is District 37, and for the 2014-15 Toastmasters year, Johnny Piercy is the District 37 governor. We at High Energy are proud to be the home club for the district governor, and as signified by the home of the district governor banner, ribbon that will now go on our banner. Here we go. Johnny, would you come forth?
boy, Johnny, great. Go CD.
All right. Thank you. The position of area governor was created to serve as the district liaison between the district and the clubs. Each area governor is responsible for leading their area to meet the needs of its members. One of the major responsibilities of the area governor is to conduct official club visits at least twice a year. Thank you, Terry. These visits are crucial in understanding how clubs are fulfilling members' needs and how the district is successful in supporting and meeting the needs of each club. In addition, area governors serve as area council chairs and host at least 2 area council meetings each year where their club's presidents, vice presidents of education, and vice president of membership participate. Some cases, the vice presidents of public relations also participate. The club's plans and goals in the Distinguished Club Program are reviewed, and the AGs serve all area club officers and make sure they're properly trained and can provide training to clubs as needed. They motivate and assist each club to become a distinguished club. They also follow up on items identified during previous visits or contacts. And this year we have 2 area governors in our club. Sherry Bailey is serving as the Area 21 governor and is responsible for 4 clubs in the area: Charlotte Works, Speaking by Design, Wells Fargo, Stagecoach Speakers, Uptown Charlotte, say that 5 times real fast, as well as some club called High Energy. Curtis Holmes is serving as Area 24 governor, is also responsible for 4 clubs: Friendship Toastmasters, Power Speakers, Public Service, and Stadium Overlook Toastmasters. Neither Sherry nor Curtis can do everything by themselves, so they have put together a team of assistants to help them with their responsibilities. From our club, David Elliott is serving as one of Sherry's assistant area governors, and Curtis has Rick Sheffitz as one of his assistant area governors. Both Sherry and Curtis have a goal to become a President's Distinguished Area, which will require 3 of their 4 clubs to be distinguished or better, and they will each also be responsible for starting a new club. At High Energy, we are proud to be the home club for these 2 area governors, as signified by the Home of the Area Governor ribbons that will now go on our banner. Ladies first. Sherry, come on up. Please place your ribbon on our banner.
I'm nervous. Anywhere?
Anywhere in the cluster. I don't think we're supposed to cover up the globe, but. All right. All right, Georgia, come on up. Please place your ribbon on our banner as well.
Will do. Nice and ironed and straight.
Oh.
Whatever.
That's you're talking on the street. You gotta talk to your mentor about you showing off. Now, I mentioned that these leaders are having a goal of becoming President's Distinguished. Of course, most of us know this. Toastmaster has a recognition program called the Distinguished Club Program, which is a set of 10 goals that every club strives to achieve. Reaching 5 or 6 goals makes you distinguished, 6 or 7 goals makes you select distinguished, and 9 or 10 goals makes you President's Distinguished. This recognition also applies to area, division, and districts. There are different criteria, but those same names of recognition can apply to those levels as well. The High Energy Club is well known throughout District 37 as one of the highest achieving clubs around. High Energy was chartered on April 10th, 2003, near the end of that Toastmaster year. Beginning with the 2004-05 year, all the way through the most recently completed year, High Energy has reached President's Distinguished status for 10 consecutive years. Yay us! And of course, we want to keep that winning streak going. And so, of course, we have our club success plan. We've had this up at several meetings recently. The 10th goal is a combination of two things. One is having the current list of officers submitted to Toastmasters International before the start of the Toastmasters year, which was taken care of. And the second half is to have what they call dues submitted on time by April 1st or October 1st, whichever one you're working for. In order to meet this requirement, at least 8 club members, 3 of which must be renewing members, must pay dues prior to the deadline of October 1st or April 1st. And here on September 11th, we have long surpassed that minimum of 8. So at this point, to commemorate completing that part of the goal, I would like to ask our treasurer, Brad Evans, to come forward and color in the triangle for that.
Might take a while.
That's because I forgot my Sharpies. I was stuck at the printer prior to the meeting.
All right. Now that I'm
Now this is significant because the Toastmasters year is now only 10 weeks old, and we have already achieved 5 of those 10 High energy puts the high in high achieving, do we not?
Yep.
So we're already at distinguished, and of course I know we'll easily get to President's Distinguished and get all 10 goals as well as the other club goals that we have on the plan. So now, with that concluded, it's time to get on with the regular portion of our meeting with our Toastmaster for today, Terry Price. Terry joined our club in 2006, and you may find it hard to believe, but he couldn't even maintain eye contact back then. He was also the king of ums and ahs. When he spoke, it sounded like you were at a railroad crossing. Ding, 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 ding. 2 years later, he was elected club president, and that's what this club can do for you. Since he joined, he has served as treasurer, VP of PR, VPE, assistant area governor, and area governor. But what he is most proud of is his mentees. It is wonderful to watch someone step out of their comfort zone and do things they have never dreamed of doing, and know that he has played a small part in that development. That, he says, is what Toastmasters is all about, giving back. So please welcome your Toastmaster for today, Terry Price.
Hello again. Is everybody awake? Yeah. Good. I didn't want to yell again. The theme today is sweet things at the county fair. Why did I choose that? Because I was supposed to choose something sweet. I thought about county fair. See how your challenge works. We'll find out soon. Let's get moving on. First thing, agenda changes. If you will please, under General Evaluator, put Brad Evans' name in 2 places. First, near the top. Second, near the bottom. Second thing, mark through High Energy Club business. We've already taken care of that. Get a little time back. I have a bunch of assorted people, bearded ladies, but mostly a lot of clowns. You guys can figure out who's who. First, we're going to start with our meeting buddy, Leo Furlong. Is Leo here yet? Don't think Leo's here. And who stepped up to take his place?
Shannon.
No. Jeff did. Jeff did. Jeff, tell us about your role, man.
All right.
here to be your meeting buddy today, although I spent most of that time cutting pie and putting it on dishes.
Welcoming enough for me.
Okay, yes. So hopefully you had some pie, but my role today was to greet everybody at the door, get them situated, make sure they were welcome and comfortable. So I hope you all were. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Also, agenda to show that Jeff is the meeting buddy. All County, Shannon Burks, clown.
I get to play with the bell. As our counter, the responsibility and the effect of this role is to encourage our speakers not to use us, us, you knows, and other crutch words for false fillers. I will ring the bell when they use that. Also, any guests, which we do not have, or anyone that is giving their icebreaker will be exempt. At the end of the meeting, I will give a report to our Toastmaster. It also is to help me as the art counter to improve my own listening skills. Thank you.
Timer, none other than Andrew McGuire. Andrew, tell us about your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster. My role as timer is to give visual indications to our speakers about how they're doing with relation to the duration of their speech. So, as you look at the, yeah, I know. You know. So, sorry, I'm milking it too much. The times are on the agenda with the exception of the general evaluator, which is 3 to 5 minutes. When they reach the lower band of that time, they'll see a green light. When they reach the max, they see a red. And halfway between the min and the max, they see a yellow. I will give a report at the end of the meeting. So there you go.
Our ballot master is your own president, James Egger. James.
Y'all know how this works. We got our ballot here. We've only got one speaker and one evaluator today, so we won't be voting for those, but we will be having plenty of table topics. So at the conclusion of the table topics, write down who you think did the best job and send those around to me. You can also use the top portions of the ballot to give feedback to our speaker and anyone else that has a role that you think needs some help or encouragement. And I will report the winner for table topics at the end of the meeting to the Toastmasters.
Thank you, James. Our videographer, video master, Karen McGraw. Tell us how that works.
How this works is this is an opportunity for you to get real live feedback, and at any point in time from now until whenever, you can always go back and relook and visit yourself, see how you progressed, and hopefully this will be a really good tool for everyone to grow and develop. And it's also an opportunity for you to see the star that you are.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our premier quote master, joke master, just happens to be Richard Gardner. Richard.
First of all, it's great to be back to the Toastmasters family after 4 weeks, so thanks for having me here. Word of the day. First of all, something about my role. I'm supposed to give the word of the day, quote of the day, and the joke of the day. This encourages you to use the word during the session and maybe afterwards. We usually try to bring up some new words or interesting words for you to use in your speeches. Everyone has a post-it note in front of them. Please write the word of the day. I was thinking candies and lollipops, and I was doing a Google search on that, and I came up with the word lollygag. I don't know if everyone knows this word, but it's new for me, and we have some similar words in our language for this, which is really funny. So I thought this was sweet and funny. Lollygag means spend time aimlessly, being idle, to dawdle, to spend time doing things that are not useful or serious, to fool around and waste time that we absolutely don't do here. I'll use this word in a sentence to illustrate it. But before I use the sentence, let me go back to the quote of the day and joke of the day. And there's a purpose for that, you'll see. The quote of the day is, if you can love all who've betrayed you, you can taste the sweetness in everything. I'll repeat. If you can love all who have betrayed you, you can taste the sweetness in everything. This is by Holly Lynn Payne. The joke of the day. 3 guys enter a candy store. 3 guys. Let's say Curtis, James Edgar. 3 guys doesn't have to be a guy. Let's say Melissa. These 3 people, hand in hand, go to a candy store. Curtis approaches the store clerk and asks for 10 cents worth of jelly beans. Since the jelly beans are on the top shelf, the clerk goes into another room, brings out a ladder, gets the jelly beans down, takes out 10 cents worth, puts the jelly beans back on the top shelf, and puts the ladder away. Then he goes to James. He says, what would you like? He said, I want 10 cents worth of jelly beans. So the clerk goes back into the room, gets the ladder out, puts it near the shelf, goes up the shelf, takes out jelly beans. But before he puts back, he asks Melissa, do you want 10 cents worth of jelly beans? She said no. He said, okay. He puts it back. He comes down, puts the letter back. He comes back to the counter and asks Melissa. He asked Melissa, what would you like? She said, I want 5 cents worth of jelly beans. There's something I would do. She's a girl. So the use of word lollygag in a sentence. Let me stop lollygagging and let Mr. Toastmaster proceed with the Toastmasters.
The 2 you see below for the Table Topics Master, which is Melissa, and the General Evaluator, which is Brad, we'll explain their roles a little later. Let's not lollygag. Let's get right into the speakers. Our first speaker, and only speaker today, has been a member of High Energy since February of 2011 and has served our club as secretary and then as club president. This year, as you found out, he is serving as area governor for Area 22. Today he'll be speaking from the Specialty Speeches Manual and completing project number 1, Mastering the Toast. Some of the objectives are 2 to 3 minute original toast in honor of a person or special occasion. The toast must clearly state the occasion of the person being honored and be personalized through stories, anecdotes, or quotes relating to the subject. Fellow Toastmasters, please help me welcome Curtis Holmes as he gives a toast to Hanergy's Bedrock, our charter members. Curtis.
I would like to propose a toast to High Energy's Bedrock, the charter members of our club that have kept us strong and vibrant for 11 years now. High Energy and guests, true leaders don't create followers, they create other leaders. That quote sums up why we're here today, for yet another banner ceremony in which we included and added 3 new ribbons. Today, we were here to pin 3 new district leader ribbons on our club banner. What has inspired so many High Energy members to seek leadership opportunities outside of our club? The answer is sitting right in the middle of our room. Our charter members, Vasa Raval, Andrew McGuire, and Johnny Pearson. Over the past 3 years alone, we have added a slew of area governor ribbons to our banner. Each one of those ribbons represent one of our High Energy members. Those members are Nancy Johnson, Terry Price, Marsha Howell, Melissa Kennedy, James Edgar, and 2 new ribbons for Sherry Bailey and myself. What has inspired us to do that? 11 years ago, Vassal, Andrew, and Johnny had a vision. Their vision is why we're here today. Their vision may not have been based in reality back then, but obviously their vision has translated to the strong club that is now known as High Energy. True leaders create more leaders. Of our remaining charter members, Johnny Piercy has blazed a trail. He hasn't lollygagged. He has blazed a trail that has inspired so many of us to follow. He was our first area governor, even when he had no clue what an area governor did. He was the first distinguished Toastmaster. He's the first member of High Energy to be a member of the trio. And today he has blazed a trail to the highest district office that one can obtain, our district governor. High Energy, please stand and raise your glasses. John C. Maxwell stated that a leader is one that knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Thanks to Johnny, Andrew, and Vassal for leading us for the past 11 years by showing us the way. Cheers to you. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Your ballot in front of you. Please let Curtis know some things that he did that you liked. Please let him know some things he may improve upon for his next speech. Thank you, Curtis.
Now we get to have some more fun. Remember I mentioned a little bit ago we were going to learn something about some table topics? Melissa Kennedy's going to come forward and tell us what that role is, and you're going to have some fun. Melissa, please come forward.
15 minutes for table topics, and about a dozen people in here in that role. Feeling in the hot seat yet?
No lollygagging.
No lollygagging here. Speaking of lollygagging, do we need to go over the rules of table topics, or do you know those 1 to 2 minutes?
We've got some new members.
We do have new members. Okay. So the purpose of table topics is to help you answer questions on the spur of the moment. This may happen in an elevator, or when your boss calls you and says, hey, what's the status of this? Make up something real quick since you haven't done anything. Oh yeah, that was a ding, I guess. It was purposeful, but you can ding. I'll ask a question. You'll have 1 to 2 minutes to respond. Do the best you can to use the word of the day, which is lollygag. We will quickly move on to the next question. Are you ready?
Yeah. All right.
All right, we're going to start. What sweet thing did you find at the county fair? Team Adam.
You have to say.
She was leaning up against the Ferris wheel. 435 pounds of hair wasn't her. I'll tell you, she was a baby doll. Sweet tooth, sweet girl, sweet carnival, sweet ride. We lollygagged behind the Ferris wheel, and she leaned up against her to give me a kiss and tilted the dadgum thing. But she was so sweet. I love that ride. The curlers in her hair bristled. You thought it was like a hot dog in the sunshine. the Budweiser that I had in my hand turned so hot. It started to boil because of that sweet thing, that sweet tooth, and that sweet ride.
Thank you for getting us started off on a high note, T-Mac. Next question. You are a thrill seeker. What ride would you design for the best fair or amusement park ever? Charles. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, question again. You are a thrill seeker. What ride would you design for the best fair or amusement park ever? David Elliott.
If I were going to design the ultimate thrill ride, it'd be a dentist chair. Why do you say a dentist chair? Look at my face. See? I went oral surgery on Monday, which is why I'm talking funny maybe. And they did a gum graft where they pulled some skin from the top of the roof of my mouth and put it on the side of my gum. What could be a greater feel than that? The dentist comes out with a needle about that long and jabs it in your mouth to numb you up good. And you're sitting in the chair. You answer your questions. Well, I don't, yeah, sure. And it's more that it would spin you around a few times in that chair. That would be a really good thrill ride if they do that. You could add a few more things to what the dentist normally does. You could make the dentist chair go up and down heels. As the other ride, maybe you're facing a root canal. Somehow, though, I don't think the ride would get many visitors. So it's probably not a good idea, but it would be the ultimate thrill ride.
If you added the drugs to the ride, you get a lot more. All right. The comedian Jeff Foxworthy made piles and piles and piles of money making jokes about rednecks. How do you know a redneck when you see one? Matt?
How do I know a redneck when I see one? Well, most of the time I just kind of wave a little sleep out of my eyes and see them all over the place. The way you identify them, first, you look for the cut-off sleeves, kind of like the shirt I got on under this one. Second, no shoes. As soon as I walk out of this building at 5 o'clock, these come off. Third, the moped. This is a key for every redneck. Now you ask why a moped? That's the easy one. Because we lost our license during DUIs. Come on, 35's blazing the trail, y'all. Just But the real way you recognize a redneck, especially on the moped, is it's hanging off both sides. You barely see the moped. That is how you recognize a redneck.
You asked for a question, you received a question. Thank you. Southerners fry everything. What is the strangest fried food you've ever had? Rudy?
As you learned from my icebreaker, I'm not originally from the South, so I don't fry as much food as others. I knew I'd have at least one. I've only been to the State Fair in Raleigh a few times, but I do remember the Krispy Kreme donuts being fried, and that was pretty interesting. I didn't actually have the guts to try it, but I heard it was very good. think they may have put some interesting toppings on the Krispy Kreme donut that you wouldn't normally put on a donut as well. There's got to be better things to fry, though. I want to say I've heard of like Snickers bars being fried. I guess every Snicker bar is tasty. Maybe I'll venture out next time I'm at the fair.
Thanks, Rudy. You can still hear the sound of your mama's voice yelling, "Oh, sweet Jesus!" What did you do to get in trouble, Rick?
Okay, where can I begin with this one? Well, I'll tell you one thing. My mom did not say "sweet Jesus" for one reason and one reason only. Because we are Jewish. Although that hasn't always stopped her. I'll give you an example. This happens every time I go up there, I always get in trouble because I always do something wrong. It's impossible. I promised I'd be home by a certain night. I want to go out with my friends. I want to have fun when I go up there. I don't want to just be with her the whole time. So we went to the city. I promised I would be home by midnight. And we had to be home because we had to go to a family function the very next morning. I almost succeeded. I was only 45 minutes late. So I figured, oh, that's not so bad. Now I'm just hoping that she's not going to be home when I get home. I can sneak in like I used to do when I lived at home during the summers. It failed then, and it still failed. She was up, she saw me. "Ricky! Why are you so late? I told you I was getting here by now. I called you. That doesn't matter. We have to get up tomorrow." It was a long morning the next morning, but I made sure that we got to the function on time. That's my story.
You never know what Rick's going to say about Mom. Pretend we are all kids at a daycare and that we could use a nap. Not far from reality, right?
Right.
Using your best Southern drawl, tell us a bedtime story. Johnny?
All right, kids. Tonight we gonna do this thing right. I need you to lay down and I need you to listen up. Now, I know this is not the Southern drawl. This is more of the hillbilly that my relatives use when I go to the mountains. Yes, just lay down. We're gonna tell you a story. Actually, I want to try to scare you to death. Maybe you'll just fall asleep. But I'm gonna tell you about the boogeyman that's gonna get you if you don't lay down and be quiet. Tell me. I'm telling you. Everything was right that night in the backwoods where I lived. And I was walking home from work when I came across, I had to cross the graveyard. As I got up to this hole, I heard something holler. "Help me! Help me! Help me!" I'm like, oh my God, who is this in the middle of the graveyard? Somebody's crying out from the grave. And so I dashed out of that graveyard with them hollering in the background, "Help me! Help me! Help me!" Well, kids, I ran into the house and I noticed something was chasing me. And to this day, as I understand it, we went outside, I grabbed my mom, my dad, and I said, "Come on! Let's go take a look. Somebody's been chasing me from the graveyard." And everywhere we looked, we couldn't find it. But my grandpappy said, devil, boy. It's the devil. Good night, kids.
Ghost story. Southern girls, sweeter than sweet tea. Truth or myth? Jeff?
Well, they can be, but as long as you're on your best behavior. When things turn sour, though, it's not exactly sweet tea you're going to get. I've known quite a few to get quite irate and get to yelling and screaming quite a bit when they want to. But for the most part, if you treat them right, they will treat you well and be the sweet Southern belle that the name foretells. I'm waiting for the green light.
Stop lollygagging now.
But as I said before, if you cross them, they'll cross you. So be good to your Southern belles.
Sweet until provoked, huh? I'm sad that we've come to the end of the table topic session. I had another few questions to ask. But please, get your ballots. Write down your vote for best table topic speaker and pass them to your ballot master. I will review those real quick before I leave the lectern. Matt can identify a redneck. T-Mac found his 435-pound sweet thing over there. Rudy doesn't eat fried foods but would like to try Krispy Kreme donut. David Elliott wants us to take a thrill ride to the dentist. Johnny told us that horrific boogeyman ghost or bedtime story. And Rick, well, Mama ain't gonna say sweet Jesus because she's Jewish. I think I got everybody, did I? Okay, please vote for one of those individuals and pass your ballot to the ballot master.
Thank you, Melissa. Give her a hand, please. Karen, please tell me we had that on tape. We filmed that. That was great. Good. We get to watch that again many, many times. All right, very good. By the way, if you look at your agenda, down at the bottom, you look real close. What is that?
Hamburger.
What's the top?
It's a donut on top.
It's a donut on top of the hamburger. That's the Paula Deen hamburger.
Wow.
Eat it once in your lifetime.
Wow.
That's right. This is the part of the meeting where we learn a little bit about evaluations. We get to be a fly. We get to learn something because we get to hear how someone's going to evaluate the speech. Today, Charles Sinclair will be evaluating, come on Charles, be evaluating Curtis's toast. Charles, please come forward.
So today I will be evaluating Curtis Holmes' speech out of the Advanced Communicator book about mastering the toast. So the purpose of this was he was going to give a toast 2 to 3 minutes that was basically honoring a person or a special occasion. So I'll start off with some things I really liked out of Curtis's speech. So let's start off with props. Great use of props. So accidentally, you already have the banner over here. And he was like, okay, well, this is the charter members, this is their glory itself, and what they've done that represents everything they've done so far. Also, the use of the drinks. That was well prepped and everything like that, so it's already here. People got to drink it a little bit. Everybody enjoys that. Some people are still drinking it. One of the things Curtis told me to look for was his use of pauses. So during your beginning, you had lots and lots of pauses, and I really enjoyed the pauses because it kind of gave this semblance of respect towards your topic. Because you'd be talking about what the charter member's done, and you'll give a pause. Let people kind of think about it. Then you give another sentence, another pause, another sentence, another pause. I'm not sure if you were trying to persuade us into how much respect you had for him, but I could feel it. I felt respect. I was like, wow, Curtis was really passionate about this. I mean, he even dressed up for it. I mean, that's the most dressed up I've ever seen Curtis. At least didn't have a hat, Pimp King hat on.
Johnny has it.
The one thing I would like to see more is when you're pointing at things like this, you could have walked over and be like, this is... Whoa! That's why I was going to do that.
That's why I was doing
Yeah, so maybe not doing that, but somehow pointing to a lot more. You guys can come over here and show this. This is what we're currently working on. Maybe hitting it so people focus for a second. Because when you were talking about it, I mean, you're still talking, I had to look over. You had to pause with it, but it wasn't long enough pause to be like, oh, there's 20 ribbons on there. Wow, this is what the charter members have done. This is a very amazing moment and everything like that. Another thing was, you also told me to look for inflections. Sorry. So you use those very well, but you only go high what it seems to. You never go low. You don't. And well, sorry, I'm not giving a good example. Sometimes you want to lower your voice to pull in the crowd. So if you're always talking loud, and then I'm talking a little bit like this, you want to kind of draw the crowd in sometimes. And you tend to only go high, neutral, high, neutral. So maybe trying to find a way to mess with that. Overall, I thought Curtis had a lot of respect in his speech, and he did a very well job. Thank you, Toastmasters.
At this point, let's have our annual evaluation, and that would be Brad Evans. And Brad, again, thank you for stepping up at the last moment to take this role. Please give Brad.
First of all, this is a very unique meeting, and I would like to say that as table topics or Toastmaster, you did a good job of managing the time. And first to start off with, when I walked in, the pile was already set up, drinks were already laid out, the toasts were already set up around the table, so that was excellent work for us getting started off. And as far as Curtis, great speech. When I first saw you sitting over there, I could tell you were a little nervous with it being 9/11. I thought you were going to come give a speech about veterans. And so I was like, what is he going to speak about? Because I could tell you're getting really nervous. But when you came up here and spoke, I would second what Charles said during his evaluation was you could definitely feel the passion. And seeing you nervous, I could tell where that was coming from because your speech was very passionate. And I thought that was really good. Charles, this was a tough one to evaluate because it's a short speech and Curtis gave a really good toast. And I mean, with all three of them here, it was an easy topic to do a toast with. Let's see, during your evaluation, I thought it was great that you pointed out the use of the props when coming up and using the spoon, the tap. I thought that was great. And I already talked about the passion. The passion was very good. Then table topics. That was as entertaining of a table topic session as I think we could have had. And that was, part of it was the topic itself, good chosen topic, Mr. Toastmaster. As far as just having the people you chose were very good choices for the questions you posed, which added to our entertainment. And then on time, we're running early on time. We probably could have gotten one or two more of your table topics in.
Still in the hot seat?
I've done before.
Maybe we could have gotten Boxel a table topic about fried southern fish. But overall, it was a great meeting. we should continue to entertain one another. The setup was great, and I can't wait to come back and see us again. Thank you, Mr. President.
If you have not yet, please quickly pass your ballots to our ballot master, who is? Dan. You're good. You listen very good. We're going to call for reports right now. We're going to start with a timer. Andrew, how did we do today?
We did wonderful. I did not lollygag in my tracking of the time. And all of us did not lollygag as we gave our speeches. Although I will say that Curtis went over by 35 seconds, which disqualified him. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, asked you not lollygag. Our counter, Shannon, how did we do with the bell today?
Jeff, watch your O's. Andrew, well, some of the things you did on purpose. Double clutches, and that was one thing I didn't mention. Richa, Melissa had a couple, Rudy, Rick had, I only marked one, and then Brad, you had a couple of double clutches. Charles, watch your soles. Because at first I wasn't ringing, and then you did it another time, and I guess you were wondering, like, how did she ring the bell? Watch your soles. You use soles a lot. Curtis had some long pauses, but I guess that was part of his speech. Other than that, I believe that was it.
Thank you. Richard, how did we do with lollygagging?
We have done much better in the past. The
We've
counter was
lollygagged better in the past? That's two, by the way.
lollygagged so much better. 6